Hi Libra, I'm Pam and welcome to your Psychic Tarot reading for April 2019. This month I laid out the 5-card Rainbow Tarot spread for you using the Hanson-Roberts Tarot deck. And I concluded the reading with a card from the Angels, Gods, and Goddesses Oracle cards. And remember, these are general readings. And to get messages pertaining specifically for you, you would need a private reading. This recording is for Libra Sun, Libra Ascendant, and Libra Moon. Please be sure to watch your rising sign and your moon sign because some months they're going to resonate more for you than your sun sign will. Also, if you are on the cusp, please be sure to watch your cusp sign, the sign that follows yours, if you feel like the messages are not resonating with you. I have had some people write me and tell me they felt like they were getting a private reading once they went in to look at the sign that directly follows theirs. So you might want to check that out. And also I want to add here, I've been on YouTube now for 5 years, and over the course of the 5 years, I've gotten emails from people who have told me that things I predicted in the previous year were happening for them now. So you might want to go back and watch the predictions for your sign in April of 2018. Because even in private readings, things often take a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years to come out. It's also the same in general readings as well. So if you have the time to do it, washing the dishes or, dusting or doing some paperwork and you want to put it on and see what came up last year, you might want to do so. So all that being said, Libra, now on to your April 2019 Psychic Tarot reading. First card you have here, Libra, is 3 of Pentacles. And the 3 of Pentacles is mastering your craft, expanding your skills, focusing on details and attention to craftsmanship. You could be having more work to do. You could be expanding your business. You could have a company you work for giving you more responsibility and more work to do. I do feel like you have a lot of things to complete in April, and I hear you saying, how am I going to get all this done? So I actually do feel like you might have more things you need to do than usual. Maybe it's because it's income tax time here in the United States. If you live in the US, maybe this is adding a layer of things you need to do. Some of you are progressing towards some things that you want to do that are going to make money fast for you. It could be investing, if you have money to invest and you want to see some kind of quick return. But it could also be taking classes or studying something that you feel is going to give you like an instant payoff. If you take this course or take these classes, maybe your job will promote you or you'll have more skills at your disposal that it will bring in more money quickly for you. Or you could be wanting to add, if you own your own business, you may be wanting to add some kind of product or service that once you institute it, it's going to bring money, like turnover, quick turnover of money to you. Some of you may feel a little jilted about money, that somebody could have taken something that was yours and turned around and made money out of it. Some of you could have had somebody that stole your ideas and then created a business out of it, or stole work that was yours and then passed it off as theirs, like plagiarized in some way. I see that for some of you, Libras. That's not going to be for all of you. Some of you are like trying to figure out the next step in the game, like how can you broaden your scope and your horizons to do with money. So it could be, if you have your own business, you may be trying to expand your business. If it's not your own business, you could be like, well, do I want to invest in IRAs? Do I want to get, go with Bitcoin? Do I want to invest my money in somebody else's business and get a piece of the action? I get some of you like really looking at that, like how can you expand your horizons to do with money. So even if you're not a non-working Libra, you may be looking at your own financial accounts and investments and seeing how can you broaden them to bring in more increased income for you. You may even be wanting to look into periodicals, journals, things on the internet about what's new and on the cutting edge of technology, or some new cutting edge thing that you could get linked up with that would give you financial payoff. I see some of you doing that, or getting advice on it, like talking to maybe financial advisors or somebody that's in the business world that's like, hey, the latest, next greatest thing that's coming down the pike is going to be XYZ, you know, maybe it's robotics, AI and robotics. I happen to not be a fan of that. I think it's dangerous. But, you know, the world is probably going to evolve that way. So you may be talking to people that advise you, like, or some new medical technologies. You may want to get invested in them or look into it. And some of you may say, what's she talking about? I don't have any money to invest. Somehow you're looking into something to increase your finances at the very least. So next card you have here is the Four of Rods. This could be about your marriage if you're already married. It could be getting married. It could be throwing a wedding for somebody in your family. It could be attending a wedding. It could also be attending some kind of celebrations. It can also be success coming to you in springtime. I do feel like you're going to get some opportunity to strut your stuff in public. It could be at a party. It could be at a fashion show. It could be on YouTube. It could, maybe you're going to start a YouTube channel. I don't know. Or you're going to start something where you're going to do some vlogs that involve you in them, doing different things, doing different activities or things. That's kind of going to be like, could be strutting your stuff in some way. I do feel like you're branching out. Some of you are going to be sowing your wild oats. You're going to want to be dating a lot of people, or just hobnobbing with a lot of people, like socializing. This all comes up strongly here. But the motives for why some of you Libras are doing it are not going to be the same. They're different here. Some of you, it's to get attention. You want to feel good. You feel you look good. You want to garner positive attention. Some of you, you want to date people. You want to meet people you can go out with and have fun with and socialize and party with, and maybe even to date. For others of you, it could be because if you do this, you'll be creating some kind of getting some kind of financial gain, and it can help and improve your business or aspects of your business if you do this. Some of you are going to have some kind of property reassessment that's going to go on. Maybe because you're going to sell it, or maybe because you're going to refinance it. But I get some of you having property assessment. This could be of ground that has nothing built on it that you own, or it could have, property meaning your house and the ground. I get that energy here as well. Now, the card you have next is the Five of Pentacles, and this is financially being bankrupt, emotionally feeling bankrupt. It could also be a card of feeling depressed. It's a card that can also indicate, like, are you paying close enough attention to your finances? Are you looking at your money, how it's being spent and what's going on with it? It could indicate that you need to do that. I do feel that some of you Libras may feel like in April, or maybe it's already happened before April, like you've had a little bit of financial disruption. I feel like maybe your expenses may have risen too much, because I see a funnel. My guides are showing me a funnel, and I see that your finances going down through this funnel, but where it's going is expenses. Like Your money's funneling in and it's going out to all these different expenses. So maybe you need to cut down on some of your expenses for some of you. It could be that, like find ways to budget your money and cut down spending. You may also feel, you and maybe your partner may feel overburdened and maybe asking, you in particular, maybe asking yourself, why did we spend so much money on that? Like maybe you bought a home that was too expensive. Maybe you took a vacation that was too expensive. Maybe you bought a car that was too expensive. Or, you know, when I say too expensive, meaning like you may feel like it's too expensive now. You may not have thought that at the time. Maybe it was on like technology or something else. I don't know, but I see some of you feeling like, why did we spend so much money on that? You know, like I said, it could have been a trip or something. I don't know, but I see, and for many of you Libras, this is you with your partner feeling that way. It's not just you feeling that way. But for some of you, those of you that are single, then it is obviously just you. But I am getting I'm hearing the word we. Why did we spend so much money? You may take a second mortgage on a home. You may have to draw from an IRA account. You may have to take, like, in other words, like robbing Peter to pay Paul. Maybe you're going to have to sell some things to pay off. Like maybe you have a high IRS tax bill this year and you're like, oh man, how are we going to make that payment? We need to sell this or that so we can do it. Or we need to take money out of our savings or IRA or in this or in that, or get a second mortgage or take out a loan or this or that to pay it or to pay something. I get that vibe about you. Like I really do. A lot of times when the Five of Pentacles comes up, it doesn't involve money always to me when I do a reading. It depends on what my guides say. Here for you today, I do feel it has to do with money, actually. If there's any way to stop something from going through, I feel like you're going to stop it. So like, say you put money down on something expensive. You may go, whoa, we're not buying that now. Or on a trip, or whoa, we're not taking that trip now. I do feel you're going to be putting the brakes on spending. Or if you put deposits down on something and you can stop it from going through, you may stop it now. So the card you have next is the Six of Cups, and this is two people that are intertwined with each other that, to me, it's past life reincarnation card. It's like you've known them from before, you're with them again, and you're with them again to solve karma. This means you could last to the end of your days, or you could break up and you still solve the karma. Sometimes it means children, sometimes it can mean fond childhood memories, but a lot of times this is a love relationship that, or it could be even not from a previous incarnation, it could be from a love relationship earlier in this lifetime as well. I do feel like you have karma with a partner for you, some of you that are married or with someone. Like you have to go through some kind of karmic experience here that's ups and downs. And for some of you, I feel like it has to do with money in this month of April. You may be a little suspicious of your partner. Some of you may go, do they really have their my best interest at heart? I'm not really sure that they do, meaning that's your thought. I'm not saying that's my thought. Because I feel like some of you want to be sure about somebody, but you're feeling not sure about them. And I feel like it may have to do with their activities of spending money, or what did they do with money. For some of you, that's not going to be the case for all of you. Some of you are not coupled. And this could be a feeling you had with a partner earlier in your life, and now you're not together now. And in some way, you're still having the residual effect of it now in this month of April. You may be kind of worrying about your future. If you are partnered with someone, you may feel like we need to sit down and like look at our finances for our future. Like, how are they going to go? How's it going to roll? And we need to start preparing or planning for our future. Some of you have that energy swirling around here. And look at this. You do have two cards back to back, Libra, where there's two people in it. I feel like this is really pretty explanatory of what's going on for you. I feel like you're having trust issues with someone, that they're telling you things and they're very extremely crafty and wise or believable, but I feel like you're having issues where you don't truly believe them, or you're having doubts about them or trouble believing them, at least in the month of April. I do feel like some of you are going to refinance your credit cards or refinance your home, or remortgage, refinance your homes. I do feel that's coming up for some of you Libras. I do feel like you're having some clarity this month about how people have been treating you. And maybe you've seen it before and you didn't want to focus on it and pay attention to it, or you just were preoccupied or busy. But I really feel like you're seeing people's intentions and motives and how they've been treating you and dealing with you quite clearly this month. Some of you may have some rocky or troubled waters in your partnerships. For some of you. Some of you, you are going to make a commitment of love and embark on a partnership with someone you've been dating or seriously coupled with. Like, you may move in together, you might get engaged, or you may make a commitment of marriage. So you do have a little bit of a seesaw here with your reading, because I'm picking up some positive things and I'm picking up some negative things here. So it's going to be different for all of you because it's a general reading. You got the King of Swords as your last card here. And the King of Swords could be you. This would be a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. This could also be somebody else in your life that's also got air strongly in their chart. You may have an air sign person in your life that's creating drama or being very dogmatic about wanting things to go down in a certain way, or you could be the one that's like that in April. You may feel like somebody in your life is holding all the cards, Libra, and that you don't feel like you're holding any or very many. They may have something to do with law enforcement around them. They may be lawyers. They could be a lawyer. They could work in the court system. They could be a police officer. They could be a detective. But they've got, like, for some of you Libras, not all of you, for some of you, either you're in law or connected to those things, or a person that's coming up here for you is. I feel like you're not convinced about somebody in your life and that you feel like they need to spill the beans and be honest with you. You may feel like you're not getting the full story, or that somebody's withholding information. You know, like, what's that old phrase, lies of omission. They may not be telling you everything, and so therefore you feel that they're deceiving you. They may be having problems because somebody that was near and dear to them has passed away. This even could be you. Keep in mind, you could be feeling like someone near and dear to you passed away within, I don't know what time frame. Maybe you're grieving somebody, or this other person in your life is grieving someone. So they could be having issues, and you maybe want to give them the benefit of the doubt because they've been going through problems or upheaval or sadness because of it. But again, that could also be what's happening to you. And you know what, Libra? You may be finding yourself not as forthcoming with information to people in your life. You may be keeping some cards close to your vest, or shutting down, or not revealing things you think or feel as much as you normally would have. I feel like you're getting, I'm not saying you're not a private person normally, Libra, but I feel like you're kind of clamping down and putting some things in the vault, your personal vault, more so than you normally had in the past. That comes up here in April. So now I'm going to look into the Angels, Gods, and Goddesses card that came up for you for this month. And the card you got, Libra, is Angel of Clearing. Your time of waiting and confusion will soon be over. Angel of Clearing, that's what you got. I do feel like You have this feeling in April, maybe at the end of March even, but in the beginning of April, like, I've come this far and yet I feel lost. So I feel like you've been through a lot and you've experienced a lot and you've learned a lot, but there is some feeling of feeling lost. I feel like because of this feeling, your intuition has really kicked up in you. I feel like there's been some circumstances around that have happened in your life within the last year, year and a half that have, maybe you never really liked paying attention to your intuition, or you kind of blew it off, or you didn't trust it enough. I feel like the universe, with what's going on with you, it's kind of forcing you to learn how to read your intuition, or at least to pay more attention to it than you did in the past. I do feel like you are going to be very aware and conscious of how you want to be seen, and you're not going to allow yourself to be seen in any other way. Like if somebody, I don't know if I'm explaining this right. Like you're going to show up how you want to be seen, and you're not going to get held down or held back anymore. If you felt like there was controlling factors of people like influencing you or trying to control you, or you know, that have affected you of how you project yourself and how you want to be seen. I do see you taking out things and looking at them and deciding if they bring you joy, or do you need them anymore? And if they don't, and if you don't, then getting rid of them. So I actually see you going through maybe even like old family heirlooms, or old things, or things that are yours that you've had a really long time that you were like, I'm not really using this. I'm not really doing anything with it anymore. Or things that you've held on to for different reasons, sentimental reasons. You might be letting go of some of that stuff and getting rid of it in April, or in April, May, June. You may start having yard sales or selling things. I feel like you do care about how you show up and how you're seen. And then it's going to be really important to you that you're not being misread, or people aren't seeing you in the way you want them to see you. It's important to you in April for some reason. I do feel you're on the verge. Either you are in it in April, or you're on the verge of making life-changing decisions. I feel all this like plaguing, worrying energy around you. I'm not saying you don't have happiness or joy, but I get like this like worry. I feel like I'm worrying. I feel like I'm looking at things over my head that are creating like cloud of worry at times. It doesn't mean you can't have happiness and you're not having fun. I feel like you are. But I get these, I'm going to call them apples, because I feel like I'm looking at something hanging from a tree over your head that to me looks like it's worries. And I feel like some of the things you're worrying about is how people are looking at you and perceiving you, and how you physically look, maybe even that. And worrying about your future. And I also pick up worryment about finances, your financial situation. And I also see some of you are worrying about whether people are being honest with you or deceptive to you and telling you the whole story. And for others of you, I also pick up the worryment or sadness of like if you had lost somebody recently that had passed away. It could have been a person in your life, or a pet that you cared about greatly. There is some of that like grieving energy a little bit around you. So I hope this reading was of help to you, and I hope it made sense. As always, thanks for watching, and please like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell when you subscribe if you want to get notified when I upload my videos here to YouTube. And Libra, if you would like to get a continuation of this reading and see what else my spirit guides pick up for you for the month of April 2019 and what messages and predictions they're going to give from the crystal, you can access those videos for download and purchase by clicking on the link below this video in the Show More section. And it will take you to my Vimeo videos on demand page for April 2019 psychic crystal readings for each sign of the zodiac. You can also access these videos by going to my website, www.theluckymermaid.com. Click on the videos tab on my menu, and there you will see, I think these will be the video series right at the top of the page. You just click on your sign, and it will take you to that video on Vimeo. Also, Libra, if you want to find out what's lucky and new for you in 2019, I do this annually. I do what's lucky and new for you in the year. And this year, in 2019, I pulled 6 cards instead of 3. So these videos are around 24 minutes long. And you can access those for download and purchase by clicking on the other link below this video. And those videos are also available. The links are also available on my website videos page. And you just look for what's lucky and new for you in 2019. Psychic Tarot readings, click on your sign, and it will take you to that video on Vimeo. I pulled 3 cards from the Hanson Roberts Tarot deck and 3 cards to expand and confirm on those 3 cards from the Morgan Greer Tarot deck. That's the 2 tarot decks I use when I do private readings for clients. And I feel you're going to get accurate messages and predictions there. So if you'd like to check them out, I hope you will. And Libra, if you would like to get additional messages and predictions from me and my spirit guides that you're not going to see here on YouTube, you can follow me on Facebook at The Lucky Mermaid LLC and my other Facebook business page, The Psychic Pastry Chef LLC, and my Instagram account, The Lucky Mermaid _ Pam Georgel. I pull tarot cards, I do psychic crystal readings on all of those accounts, and on Instagram, I do put up videos where I pull cards for you there. So I hope you'll go over there and check them out. And I do hope you have an absolutely awesome month of April, Libra, and know that I wish you many blessings and peace.